GraniteMarbleWA.com.
Hello, my name's Ed, and I'd like to thank you for visiting us today at GraniteMarbleWA.com. We put together a short video for you to give you an idea of what to expect as you go through the process of choosing new countertops for your home. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome to Granite Marble Specialties. My name's Ed. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm Cressy. Nice to meet you.
Cressy, pleasure. So what brings you in?
I'm looking for countertops.
Sounds good. What type of project do you have in mind today?
You know, I'm thinking about doing my kitchen countertops, but I may consider doing my vanities as well.
Okay, sounds great. Have you considered what type of material you'd like to use for your project?
I'm not quite sure yet. I've heard a lot of good things about quartz and that it doesn't have maintenance apparently. Can you explain that to me?
That is one of the appealing things about quartz. Quartz is an engineered stone. It's man-made, and the way it's manufactured, it's not porous like granite and other natural stone will be. So it won't require periodic sealing. However, there are a few other things to consider when comparing granite and quartz as well. For example, one would be the appearance. Quartz tends to have a very uniform look to it since it's manufactured. Any pattern that's put there was put there intentionally. While granite will have natural variation and natural flow to it as it's not manufactured. It's a natural product. Another thing I like to present about granite and quartz is that granite is still a little harder than quartz as it's denser. So granite will be a little more scratch resistant than quartz will be.
Okay, how about heat? What if I wanted to put a hot pot on my countertops?
Granite is going to be a more heat resistant material than quartz will be. Inevitably, the bonding agents that are used in the manufacturing process with quartz don't react well to heat. So we usually don't recommend quartz to be around heat, particularly for use around fireplaces.
Okay, so how do I go about choosing my material?
We have a selection of material here in our warehouse that you can choose from, most of which we offer at per square foot pricing. Per square foot pricing is often attractive because you're only paying for the material you need. You're not paying for excess waste material that you're not even using. However, if you don't find something that you like here at our warehouse, we can also source stone from a handful of local distributors that you can go visit and select material from, in which case you will be purchasing material, however much you need to complete your project, separate from your fabrication costs.
Okay, so then I'll be purchasing by the slab then.
Correct.
Now, will those distributors give me pricing?
Distributors don't give the public pricing because they only sell to people like us with fabricators licenses. However, they are open to the public because they want you to be able to go in there, see their selection of stone, and find that perfect material for your countertop project.
So how do I go about getting an estimate from you?
Well, in addition to knowing what material you're going to use for your project, we'll need a few other details as well. One of which is we need to determine the total square footage of your project. If you're getting new cabinets, often you can just provide us with a cabinet design and we can calculate the total countertop space you'll be needing. If you're not getting new cabinets, a simple sketch with dimensions usually do the trick as well, and we can determine how much countertop space is involved in your project.
Is there any way you can show me how to measure?
We do have a tutorial on our website that you can go to that will guide you step through step on how to measure your own countertops for your project and determine what your total square footage is.
What if I don't feel comfortable about taking my own dimensions?
If you don't feel comfortable measuring your countertop space, we'd be happy to send somebody out to measure for you and we can provide you an estimate that way as well. There's a few other things we'll need to know about your project as well to get you an estimate, including what type of sink you're planning to have, what type of cooking surface you have in there, what type of backsplash you're planning to have as part of your project, what edge profile you'd like on your stone, and also if there's any existing countertops we need to remove as part of your project.
So what kind of sinks do you guys have available?
We have a variety of sinks available, both stainless steel and quartz composite sinks that we offer at competitive prices. Or you can also purchase your sink outside of our company. We just need it provided for our template measurements and for fabrication.
Okay, I've seen it installed underneath the stone. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Primarily what we end up doing for most of our clients is an under-counter sink that mounts underneath the stone. It is by far the most popular option chosen these days.
Okay, I was also looking at the sinks that have the cool apron front on, or farmhouse sinks. Can you tell me a little bit about those options?
Apron front and farmhouse sinks often undermount as well. The difference is we're going to need a farmhouse sink installed during template, so we can take our template measurements with that sink in mind, exactly where it's in place.
Okay. So what kind of edge details do you have available?
We have several different edge profiles we offer at no additional cost for your project. We also have many different premium edge profiles you can choose at an additional cost. The options are nearly endless.
I haven't really thought about backsplash. What are my options for that?
You're going to have a few different options as far as backsplash goes for your project. Some choose to do just a 4 to 6 inch matching stone backsplash. Others will choose to do a full height backsplash, typically out of tile. In some cases, people prefer to do a full height matching stone backsplash. You can also do a combination of the two. If you prefer to do a 4 to 6 inch backsplash with tile above it, that's perfectly okay as well. It's just a matter of what your preference is.
Okay, everything looks good. I put my deposit down. What's next?
Well, now we need to set you up for a couple of in-home appointments. The first appointment is going to be for us to come out and template. This is typically a 1 to 2 hour appointment. We will want you there on site because there are some questions our template tech will have for you, including what radius you'd like on the exposed corners of your stone. You may have questions about overhang both at the edge of cabinets and at any seating areas, and he'll talk to you about what options we have available should a seam be needed in your project.
Well, that makes sense. Will my seam be visible?
Oftentimes seams will be visible, particularly if you're looking for it. When we join your seam, we use specialized equipment to ensure your seam will be as inconspicuous as possible.
Is there anything I need to do to prepare for template?
If you don't have new cabinets that were just installed and you have existing countertops there, we really need the countertops cleared off to give our template tech room to work. If you do have new cabinets installed, those cabinets need to be installed and leveled for us to come out and template. In the end, the more level your cabinets are, the less of a need there will be for shims on each side of the countertops to make the countertops level, and it'll avoid having gaps in between your countertops and your cabinet.
What would happen if I had a gap?
If you have a gap, the best thing we could recommend is maybe to purchase some trim to trim that out and cover those gaps if needed.
Do my sink and faucet need to be on site at template?
If you're not purchasing a sink through Granite and Marble Specialties, one way or another we need that undermount sink at our shop for fabrication so that we can verify the contour and the shape of the undermount cut and polish. It's a popular option to just have the sink on site when we come out to template. That way our template tech can bring it back to our fabrication facility and save you the trip. Faucets we don't need at our fabrication facility for fabrication. What we need is faucets and any other accessories which holes will need to be drilled for on site during installation.
I assume I need to be on site for install as well. What else can I expect?
We do want you or another decision maker on site during installation, as questions do arise during the install process. If we're not removing countertops and somebody else is removing existing countertops, those countertops need to be removed prior to our installation crew arriving, along with any plumbing, electrical, or gas lines that are going to be disconnected. That needs to be complete by the time our install crew arrives as well. It's always recommended that you have your plumber come in the following day after installation. This will allow time for the epoxies and adhesives to cure on your undermount sink.
What can I expect when it comes to noise and dust during installation?
Countertop installation is certainly a construction process, and residual dust and some noise from equipment being used are to be expected. Few things we recommend, whether you're having countertops removed or have had new cabinets installed, it's best if all the top-facing drawers and storage areas are cleared out, as there will likely be some dust in those areas. In addition to that, outside of the kitchen, it's recommended that you cover any valuables or furniture you might be concerned with getting dust on them prior to our installation crew arriving. Once your countertops have been completed being installed, we will leave the job site in broom clean condition.
Sounds great. How do I take care of my final payment?
After your install, contact your salesperson to take care of your final balance on your order. Oftentimes I find clients assume that we keep your payment information on file, but Washington state law does not allow us to keep any credit card information or bank account information on file.
Great. I look forward to getting my new countertops installed.
Absolutely. Pleasure working with you.
Nice meeting you.